What is up, everybody? Welcome to today's video. Today is February 26th, 2026. We're going to do a little Sorare NBA lineup setting as usual. Happy Thursday. Start off by going through the games here on the ESPN website. We got a Cavaliers Pistons and Nuggets Thunder doubleheader coming on Friday. Just going through the highlights here. We got an ABC game, Lakers Warriors on Saturday. This probably seemed like a better game going into the season. Both teams are having their struggles at the moment, which is, as a Timberwolves fan, you know that already, is okay. But I still, as you can see in the thumbnail, expect to have a big weekend for Mr. Doncic here. Sunday, the Timberwolves only have one game, and it is a nationally televised game at the hated Denver Nuggets. Should be a good one. Wolves should be well rested, hopefully. They have a Thursday night game tonight. We'll see how that goes going into the weekend. And let's hop over to the Sorare NBA Jet website for lineup builder. Now, right off the bat, you can see I kind of saved us a little time here. We think Giannis might be back this weekend at some point, but don't exactly know when. So I'm excluding him from my lineup setting. I might put him in a daily lineup when we have a better idea. That's my advice. Same situation with Denny Avdia. His cap is down a little bit, so if you do any sort of lineup setting, any websites with projections, they might have him for a game this weekend. But again, until I know that he's going to play, I'm not going to try to wedge him in at the expense of somebody else. So we're going to just hit our generate lineups button here, hop right into it. Right off the bat, we get the combo. I've been seeing a lot of lineup projections that have been hitting me with both Cat and Brunson this year. I can't rely too heavily on both of them together. It always seems like it's one or the other. We'll see. I do like the fact that Chet appears to be healthier here. It still says game time decision. He did play the first of the back-to-back this past game week and then sat the second. So we'll see. Hopefully he's healthy. Hard to tell what OKC's doing. They're still winning games with or without him. I really like this mix right here, though. Only one Timberwolves game for Anthony Edwards, as I mentioned, which is still okay, but it's Denver on the road. He tends to play up at Denver. If you know, you know, playoff history, whatnot. He does not like the Nuggets. So I'm going to ride with this Luka, Ant, Brunson, Tari Eason, and Chet Holmgren lineup right off the bat here. Now, I do have streaks going on both champion and contender. With the All-Star Game cap fiasco, been able to pull the first two streaks on the champion and then the first three on contender. So hopefully we'll see if we can get those going. Because champions where the money's at, that's what I'm going to prioritize. So again, two Lukas earlier in the season, was fortunate enough within about a span of a week to craft both of these holiday Lukas. I did not pay for them. Paulo with one game scares me a little bit. Tyrese with one game, especially against Boston. Can we just give Boston their props this year? They have been having a hell of a season. And welcome back, DeJounte Murray. Cap is low, so I'm going to try to wedge him in there. And if I can get some production out of him with these other studs, I'm going to do just that. In the past, I've been leaving him out because I wasn't sure, but it looks like he's back and starting to thrive in New Orleans. Let's hop over here. Oh, this one makes me a little nervous. I do like the player breakdown. Not a huge fan of the estimated production out of Rob Dillingham, but it is one game and it is against Milwaukee. Keyshawn George. You know what? We are going to roll the dice here a little bit. This one I'm going to take a chance with Paulo, Jaylen Brown, Keyshawn, Clay, and Rob. I like that we got a couple guys with 2 games here, so we're going to go with that. I'll hit slot number 2. And I always crack up a little bit when I see Kyle Filipowski's headshot on here. I don't know, there's just something about this guy that always gets me confused, but I'm going to go with that one. I'll give Tyus a little love. And we're going back to the champion with these next few. I'm not as confident in the contenders. I do like this mix right here that we got. even with Neesmith, I'm going to have to keep an eye on it, but his 22 cap, he could probably fit in pretty nicely. The Blizzard, Mr. Derek Queen, we got Derek White, so we got the White Blizzard here, and then we got Paulo and Mr. Jokic. Popping over here. I know some people have checked in with me and asked if I'm going to be doing Sorare MLB content. I plan on it. Still trying to figure out what the strategy is for the season. I know we got about a month away. We got the World Baseball Classic coming in. I've been enjoying spring training baseball. I know it sounds weird. It's never been a big preseason guy, but I'm just enjoying seeing sunshine and home runs and seeing some of the young prospects that you probably won't see opening day on there. So if you do have an MLB account and access to see some of these games, check it out. It's really good to see kind of the progression, guys coming off of injuries, whatnot. Not anticipating a big year from my Minnesota Twins. Still going to go to some games, still going to try to support them as much as I can because I live in climate where we don't have nice weather most of the year. It's a little chilly out today still, but we're getting there. So take the wins where we can get them. Now there's a huge drop off now at this point for my champion lineups. So I'm gonna go with this. I don't know if SGA is gonna be back. I really need SGA to be back because again, he's one of those where I could have multiples of. So we'll take a chance on him in slot 4. And then we got some. Now we're getting into some gambles a little bit here. We got Anthony Edwards, Matas Buzelis, Brandon Williams. Just crafted this one. Don't know a whole lot about Brandon Williams, to be honest with you. But we'll give him a shot here. He's got 2 games. We got Karis LeVert, who's been clutch for me in the past, hasn't done a whole lot for me this year. And we got Zachary Risache. Let's just go down one other here. I did get a pretty big game week from Precious this week. But I'm going to kind of lean this one because I got a couple more 2-game options. Just scroll down a little, see what else it's giving me. So it likes the Ant-Man in there. Again, keep an eye on the game time decisions. These lineups can change. NBA, usually you don't know until a couple hours before the game, if that. A lot of them are literal game time decisions, so you don't know what you're going to get. But I hope everybody's having fun. I hope everybody's getting some stuff out of these videos, at least, getting an idea. You can see the game weeks here. Again, one of the things with Sorare NBA Jet that I do like is, like you see, it just updated player status change here. As they get the information, it freshens up. So again, Keon Ellis, interesting one. This could be a fun lineup. A lot of guys with 1 game, so you're going to be gambling even more so than usual this weekend, it seems. But you got to risk it to get the biscuit, as they say. And again, risking it with SGA with the possibility of 1 game, maybe 2, but most likely 1. So we'll plop that in there. Hop over here. And then we will check our classic lineups. We are getting very crazy. I never thought I would see a lineup like this where we've got Jalen Dern, Tumani Kamara, Wendell Carter Jr., Paul Reed. He always looks so happy in his pictures. And Jalen Wells. Jalen Wells is also another recent craft. Low cap. Hard to know what Memphis is going to do the rest of the year, so he could be boomer bust potential is very real with him. Check out our classics over here real quick. Only going to do one of these and just see what the best of the rest are. So best of the rest, we have potential MVP of the league, Cade Cunningham. This is kind of a fun lineup here. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of similar stuff with the all-star caps being down. Otherwise, I would not probably be able to fit in these players in this lineup, but that's where we're at. Thank you for coming out today. If you want to lob me a like, sub, hit the notification, comment, whatever. Let me know how you're approaching the rest of the NBA season, how you're approaching MLB if you're into that. If you have any questions on MLB, let me know. Starting to think of some ideas. Thank you for coming out today. Have a good one, y'all.